Thank you.
Going back to January when you were appointed named the head coach of the former team, could you even envision this happening, and what did it take, particularly today, to punch your ticket to the Super Bowl?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's why you have to do this. You have to believe things sometimes before you can see them. And you have to believe that what you're doing is the right thing, and if it's not, you have to recognize it and make adjustments and changes to the program and everything else. And, we got a great group of guys, and they continue to, again, believe in the things that we did, and they formed and created an identity, and they try to protect it. And then today was just another example of, as things kind of change and unfold, our ability to adjust. And, Josh and Zach and Jeremy did a great job leading their units, and the players executed when they had to. And I know that there's going to be a lot of questions about this and that and the other thing. And, we did enough to win the football game in tough conditions. And, when we got that field goal, the defense, and talking to them, and I said, if they don't score, then it's going to be hard for them to win the football game, obviously. And we took care of the ball, and then the 5-minute drive, we were able to run it just enough, and then, came up with a big call there at the end of the game to seal it.
Mike, how much, was this a kind of game of adjustments? Your quarterback using his legs, instead of his arm in critical situations.
Yeah, and that's a great thing about Drake, and the ability to, extend plays, and if it's not there, gain chunks, and he's done that most of the year. And again, we'll have to get a lot of things corrected, and we'll have to play our best football game in 2 weeks if we want to finish champions.
Mike, can you speak to that? Chris Gonzalez obviously gets beat on that early pass there, and then he seals the game.
Yeah, and it just says that he's been playing really, really good football, and sometimes you get beat. The best ones do. And, again, I really just about 6 or 8 weeks ago, I can't remember when, but, I saw a different Gonzo. I saw just something went off, and it changed, and maybe the Ravens game or something. I noticed just a different player and a different person, and, he's so talented, and I appreciate every one of them, and he could certainly be elite. And, your best players have to make those types of plays in championship games.
Mike, the timing of the guys you bring off the practice squad, Taylor coming in and blocking that kick. Did you even know that kick was blocked by him?
I did not. Lenny T, revenge game, week 5. We just keep making this. Will be next week. Or 2 weeks. It'll be revenge game week 6. So Clint McMillan does a great job of getting those guys ready to go. And each and every one of them has made plays to help us win, and they'll have to continue to do that.
Mike, first, congratulations.
Thank you, Soph.
But I wanted to ask just about this team. You've had a close team from the start. What was it like when the clock hit 0 and you knew that you were going to Super Bowl with this?
It just it's a group effort. It just wasn't me. And again, I stand up in front of you guys, and I am thankful of the people that are around us in that building in our program. And you have to come together, and you have to do what's best for the team, and from a personnel standpoint, from a coaching standpoint, and from the players. And you get everybody to believe in something and buy in. And again, that doesn't come without adversity. You have to have adversity. But I do this for the players. I've been in their position. I've been there. And it's amazing. And I want other people to feel that feeling. And it's for our families who make a lot of sacrifices, and the excitement and the joy that they have. Trust me, I'm fine. Like I'll be okay. I do this for the players to be able to experience this with their families, and our coaches to be able to experience it with their families.
How bad did the conditions get as the second half went along? How bad did it get? And at what point did you realize it was going to be that kind of game? And
well, I mean, I would say halfway through the third quarter. I think when we got that field goal, and again, wished it would have been able to be a touchdown, but it wasn't. And then, it just kept getting worse and worse and worse. And our defense was playing really good, and we were able to do just enough offensively to give them a break, and even kicking the football and the operation, and I mean that stuff is things that you can't really replicate back home.
You need to tell your players, the elements being as bad as they were, do they understand that, or is there something specific you had to say to them during the game to make sure they kept that focus?
Well, I mean, I think that we're continuing to talk to them about the cleats and the ball security, and you saw Ramondre slip, and it's just a reminder that, one play could make the difference. And then he came back and ran really well, and, about just taking care of the football and, calling a game that doesn't put the ball in harm's way. And, we forced them. And again, defensively, we adjusted. They threw some things out there. We were all over it. And, you saw when they had to throw the football that it wasn't that easy.
Mike, your view of two critical plays, the 4th and 1 play when they were up 7-0, and also Christian Ellis backwards pass. It seemed like you guys were all over both plays.
Yeah, and Ellis continues to make plays. We talk about it just takes one play. And whether that's Marcus Jones last week, Christian Ellis, which it would have been a touchdown. They blew it way too late, blew the whistle, and I guess the call. But for print purposes, just put the whistle in there. See what I did there? And then, the fourth just being, just coming up huge stops, and then our ability to get the little bit of, yards that we needed in critical situations.
Guys, 2 more questions. Locker room's open.
Adam was up on the stage, obviously a former teammate of yours, and just with that.
Well, again, I think that the position that I'm in, I've been able to see a lot of former teammates and guys that wanted to come back and be around. And saw Tom Ashworth last night, a local resident, and having Adam here and seeing him before the game, and Val, and he was probably licking his chops. Those conditions probably looked pretty good to Adam to go kick field goals in.
Mike, how would you define this group? What is this group as you head to the Super Bowl? How would you define them?
They're fun to coach. They're entertaining. We get another week for Will's weekend update. So they've been resilient. They've been very coachable. There's a lot of connectivity in them, and I appreciate what they do. Thanks, guys.